Bonjour, my name is Papi and today is the 9th episode of my Minecraft survival adventures. In the last episode we did what's just behind me, here. I did my nether portal and I made it into a cultist, as you can see. And now the hub is finally finished and I can happily say that it looks really good with the four guardians. My plan for this episode are pretty simple, but first let me give you a bit of context. This is where I have been sleeping for the past couple of weeks, and as you can see, it's not, how can I say that, rich enough for me, because, you know, I'm Sire Puppy. I am worth way more than just a little bed off the side of the chest room. And that's why I want to do my bedroom. And also an enchanting table, because let me show you. This is my current setup for my enchanting, and even if it's good enough, don't get me wrong, it's just a starter enchanting setup, and I want to do something way more clean and also aesthetic. And also the neighborhood here is pretty noisy with the skeletons dying, and this is not acceptable. Before I start building the bedroom, I need to dig, and let's do it now. You know what, I'm gonna use this time-lapse as a test sound for my new microphone, because I just received it, so I think that you would appreciate some test mic to compare with the old one. So currently I am using the Blue Yeti Nano. So this is my voice with the Blue Yeti Nano. This is my voice with the Blue Yeti Nano. Pizza pepperoni pepper pocket. This is my voice with the Shure SM58. This is my voice with the Shure SM58. Pizza pepperoni pepper pocket. And you know what? It sounds pretty good. I do not hear my computer in the background at all, and this is so nice. Why was it bothering me? Because even if you did not notice it, but in all of my audio, in the background you had the whoosh of my fans. I might put a little sound where I increase the gain just right now for you to listen to it. And now let's hear it with the Shure SM58. See? I don't know if it's silent because I did not listen to it yet, but I think it's an improvement anyway. Well, I hope I did not bother you too much with my microphone stuff. If you are interested with a much deeper analysis of the sound, I will leave a video in the card in the top right corner or in the description, and I will explain why the microphone sounds so different. Now, let's get back to the video. I have a confession to make. You see the room behind me? I wanted to reproduce it and make a mirror effect just underneath me, and it would have looked so fucking cool, and I was proud of the idea. And then I made a mistake. In my head, the room was 7 blocks tall, which means that I could just dig underneath it and it would be fine. But turns out that I like domes, and I dug a little bit more, like 3 blocks. 3 blocks in the ceiling, which means that I can no longer put the room upside down. Fortunately for me, I am a bit stupid and how do I say that? I won't let a little bit of bedrock get in my way. I already broke way too much bedrock, and a little bit of bedrock won't hurt me much. so yeah, I know what I have to do next. Before I get back to the time lapse, I wanted to present to you my bedroom. Here, it is presented now. We can go. Okay, I'm kidding, don't worry. But I do not have a lot to say about this bedroom. It is a functional one because I have my bed just under the sheets, which means that I can sleep and set my spawn point. And I also tested that I can respawn, but in creative. And what I wanted to say is that it took me way out of my comfort zone because I am really not used to make some interior design. But I think I've got out with it pretty well. I made a little shelf as well as a desk, and put a little bit of color with the plants and all. It looks pretty nice. I don't know what to say because my commentary is so fucking crappy today. Which means that I will just go on with the time lapse. Okay. See you later. Well, it did not turn out as I expected it. I cannot break the bedrock because I changed something in between the last episode and this one. And this is that the season of Evonia ended. And I took them up and made a local server, and because of that I cannot break the bedrock with the technique I used anymore. Hold up, let me show you. See? I used the same technique as the last time. And because the server is in local and maybe the TPS is better and the ping is better, the glitch does not work. And honestly, I cannot bother trying to find another technique. So I am just going to do as if the server was always online. And I think I am going to break the bedrock in creative mode. I'll have to apologize for it, but you already know. Oh, I'm not looking at the camera. You already know that I am able to break a few blocks of bedrock like this. So yeah, sorry, but I have to cheat a little bit here. Oh well, I think you will be able to cope with that. Sorry. Okay, I am back into survival. As you can see, I can take some damage. Now I can go back to building and finish my enchanting room. Okay, but before anything, diamond. It's the most important. And I cannot not mine the diamond on camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have to count when I mine them. Hehe.
Mirror.
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 Yeah, right. Mirror. I did a mirror, and it looks nice. I'm happy with it. But I did, although I did overlooked something. Like, look at here, underneath the lapis. Because I used full block on top of the walls, just stick them out, and now I have this strange effect, but fortunately it is not that visible. So, a bit of details about this room. I could not obviously invert the enchanting table, which means that, look at this, I used an obsidian block, obviously, and what can I say about it? It was funny to make. I can say that. That's the first time I do a mirror effect. Although it's not as impressive as I expected it to be, it complements the vibe quite well. What is nice to have is also all that is needed when you are enchanting. So first, the enchanting table is accessible, obviously, because it could not be an enchanting room without an enchanting table. Oops. And then I have the storage for all my stuff. Oh, sorry, I just found some stuff that I left here. So first you can have your enchantment, books, lapis, and so on. Here in the burrows, you have the crafting table because for the forging and combining of enchantments, you have the anvil, and you have the grinding stone to remove all the enchantments. And at the end of the day, it's all night. No. At the end of the day, I'm proud of what I did. I think the concept is original enough. I mixed originality with practicality, so nice. Oh yeah, and one last thing. I used this trick to give this mood lighting. I used some walls and torches behind it to give this very diffused lighting and without visible torches. I needed to place an emerald here because otherwise I would have spawning places on the bookcases on the mirrored room. Before I end the episode, make sure to watch until the end, because I will probably leave some bloopers at the end, because I am still a French-speaking person who's learning English, and I do some mistake that I do not always put in the episode. Don't forget that there is always this bonus video in the top right corner with the test sound of my mic, and if you really liked my content, I would really appreciate if you subscribe and just leave a comment to show me you're here and or give me some advice. I'm always open to advice. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, bonne nuit. And it is time for the French struggle. Before I start building the before I start building, I am a derp, basically. Just a big derp. I don't know what to say. Oh, my commentary is so fucking crappy. Fuck. Oh well, I think you will be able to cope with that. To just leave a comment to show me you're here and or
What did he say?